Intro to Cunnilingus. First of all, maybe you don't know what Cunnilingus is, but you have probably heard it called by other names, and maybe you have done it or even had it done to you. Well, I guess that's only possible to have it done to you if you were a female, but anyway. Cunnilingus is also commonly referred to as going down, eating box, eating at the Y, licking the kitty, and going downtown. Cunnilingus is a type of oral sex where one person makes physical contact with their mouth in a woman's vagina. The origin of the word cunnilingus stems from the Latin words cunnus and lingere. The first word cunnus comes from another Latin word vulva, which means the external female genitalia. The second word lingere in Latin means to lap up, like a kitty laps, milk, or lick. When performing cunnilingus, the labia, the clitoris, and the entire vaginal area are licked, sucked, and kissed. Don't get confused, you don't have to do all of these things at the exact same time. That's not the point. Many also consider touching with the fingers to be a part of cunnilingus, but this continues to be a debate whether or not you have to use your fingers, whether that's something else, whether that is cunnilingus or not. But again, getting away from the point. Couples often use cunnilingus as a form of foreplay prior to having sex. Cunnilingus heightens arousal, also builds anticipation of sex, which is very effective for building towards climax for a woman. Cunnilingus does not always lead to sex, and can be the only sexual activity during a lovemaking session. There can also be foreplay prior to cunnilingus. This can include touching, groping of the breasts, kissing, and caressing as well. It is common for women to reach orgasm during cunnilingus, and in fact surveys and studies have shown that cunnilingus is preferred by women to intercourse over 2 to 1. This is a common activity of many couples, hetero as well as homosexual, but not everyone chooses to take part in this form of play. Many men and women are not comfortable performing and receiving cunnilingus. When you look deeper at why people are not comfortable with cunnilingus, it usually stems from 3 particular issues. Some believe that it is just taboo or bad. Second, some believe it is not hygienic or clean. And third, some believe it is not masculine or feminine. Some men believe it's not manly to go south of the border, and some women feel it's not ladylike. Now, we will explore deeper why these social conditioning issues exist and attempt to explain where they come from. First, there are many examples historically where cunnilingus and other forms of oral sex have been highly frowned upon in society. In some cultures it is not only frowned upon, but even illegal to munch the rug. Many times, the social disapproval comes from religious doctrine prohibiting oral contact with genitalia. Many religious scholars and information also point to the reason cunnilingus is looked down upon is that it is not a procreative act. You say, what the hell does procreation mean? Well, procreative act meaning you cannot have a baby through oral sex. Current religious philosophy in some cases has reversed this viewpoint because oral sex is actually safer than intercourse and doesn't result in pregnancy. In many states in the US, oral sex was illegal at some point in the past. To this day, technically there are several states, which I won't mention, where this is still the case, but are rarely ever enforced. But you still want to be careful. Don't go eating bikini burgers in public or be prepared to face the consequences. Or you can also just head to Eastern Europe for that. Secondly, some couples choose not to participate in cunnilingus as they don't consider it to be hygienic or clean. Women sometimes can be self-conscious about the odor of their genitals and think they have an unpleasant odor. Or they might think it is possible to pass disease or unhealthy germs to their partners. In almost all cases, any vaginal odor can be taken care of by normal washing. There are also many feminine hygiene products available on the market to reduce odors, so say, hey baby, don't worry about it. It's not a big deal. And in fact, many people find the natural odor to be intoxicating and stimulating. As for the argument about germs and disease, it's a complete fallacy, not to be confused with phallus. Fallacy as in something that is not true. There can be no transmission of disease or unhealthy germs between 2 disease-free participants. Giving head or receiving cunnilingus is completely healthy and safe. The third most common reason. For many people, there is a negative connotation with muff diving not being a masculine or feminine activity. What? Some people consider the only way to express themselves sexually is intercourse and penetration. There also can be an unfounded fear that oral sex is only for homosexual people, and any hetero couples practicing oral sex have deep-seated homosexual tendencies or desires. This, however, is completely unfounded, and there has been no evidence that hetero couples that practice oral sex have an inclination towards homosexuality. This obviously cannot be said for homosexual couples because they are, well, homosexual. Okay, so what is the bottom line here? Cunnilingus can be a rewarding and pleasurable activity for everyone involved. Couples that feel comfortable with incorporating cunnilingus into their normal sex routines should make sure to communicate openly and clearly before starting about their likes and dislikes about pleasing each other. But again, this is not for everyone. We hope that this information has been helpful, and please look for our other more in-depth videos on this topic if you want more information. If you are truly interested in becoming a better lover, a master of cunnilingus, the act that up to 80% of women prefer to intercourse, please click the link below in the description right now and have her begging you for more. Thank you.